Hi YouTube, how are you doing? I'm doing okay, not too bad. I'm feeling a little testy today. I'll, I'll tell you why. Um, in a little bit here, I'm going to talk about people's control mechanisms and different things they do when they don't want to. I I'll get back there. I'll tell you what it is with the testing thing and the control thing and my thoughts on that in a little bit here. I was listening to a motivational video. Annie, are you okay? Will you tell us, are you okay? Well, that made me laugh. Had a broken heart and a fire sign after that. Um, that's one of my nicknames too. And I wrote, let me see. No, her okay left on a train called hell. Okay will never be the same. That's how I'm feeling. So, no, Annie's not okay. None of you Annies out there are okay, even if you think you are. And it's kind of funny too because I was an orphan, so like orphan Annie. Anyway. So I had to play that song. I shared it in with the lyrics and a couple other songs in my community. So some people may not be familiar with Michael Jackson's song. I think it's called Smooth Criminal. Uh, Eminem's criminal song is called Criminal. So I'm a criminal. I like that song. Yeah, I've gotten in trouble. Hey, when I was a kid, it couldn't be helped. I mean, I was in trouble for running away. And then I saw something else that a motivational, like, now God's going to give you the belt. They smacked you, now God's going to give you the belt. My adopted mother, one of the reasons why um, I had such a disdain for those people in the Masonic Lodge and their affiliated groups that I got to know is reading their minds and the filth inside there. And their misplaced sexuality and all of it just repulsed me. And, but before I ran away for the last time, the thing that wanted me to call her mother had me take off my clothes in front of my dad, made me strip down and beat me with a belt. Had my adopted dad beat me, and the buckle was getting the small of my back a whole bunch of times. That fucking hurt. It wasn't just a spanking, it was humiliation, um, on so many levels, so many things going through my mind right there. And I still, at that point, didn't want to retaliate or hurt anybody, even though I could have. At that point, I was 5'9.25" and skilled in combat. So, but I still didn't do anything. I just tried to get away until I just took it to the courts and finally, because I thought if you're going to keep humiliating me and trying to paint me to be the bad guy, um, because I was having a war with this Eastern Star witch, a total in war. I mean, she'd lie about me, she'd twist shit. It wasn't even funny. So, anyway, so no, Annie isn't okay. And she's never going to be the same again. Thank you for asking. No. Test. When people test you continuously, what's that called? You know? One or two times, test a person's integrity but when you're always testing somebody just looking for that one fatal flaw to make yourself look better, you know, or people test you thinking that that's a means of control. Well, guess what? When I get to that pinnacle of you just fucked with me too much, I'm gonna push you off that fucking cliff because I'm sick of the goddamn tests. Anybody else sick of people testing their integrity or anything else they can try to paint you as dirty? Yeah, I'm sick of it, big time. And it's only people that have some nasty shit going on inside their souls that are gonna try and do that to another human being. If you're new here and you want to or whatever, if you're not friends with me on Facebook and you'd like to be, or if you want to go see, I shared a couple pictures of me. One when I was 29, I'm showing off my bicep as usual. Um, and I'm standing up in one when I'm 29, and the other one I'm actually when I'm 35. They're down about 10 memes down on my Facebook page. You're more than welcome to go see. The one at 35, this is even after I've had like my ribs broke, my jaw broke, uh, shot at, all kinds of things in my life. I just even had a gun put in my mouth one time by somebody. But so even at that point, I mean, so many things, even beyond that, but just a few to name a few. But at 35, I still had a pretty real smile. You can see that. Um, I lost it for a while, my smile. I had to retrain myself to actually physically smile, you know. And then when I had my stroke, about 10 years back now, or a little more, um, I couldn't smile anyway, you know? So my whole side of my face was gone. The muscles. I had to retrain everything, you know? It was a trip. Took a lot of strength too. That was because I was getting carbon monoxide poisoning from fittings that they put on our gas lines that was coming right up underneath where I was sleeping. So I was having these heart palpitations, and I told the doctor that, and it was happening at nighttime, only during the night, you know? So when I, right where I go lay down to go to sleep. So and I got really sick, really sick. My hair fell out. I mean, wasn't a joke. So I couldn't even walk. I couldn't talk. You know? So I'm a walking miracle of strength. I mean, when I was 17, I pulled my spinal cord. I was told, you'll never walk again. That blew me away. I refused to believe it, you know. Of course, when you do, it was about an inch and a half. I pulled my spinal cord just under an inch and a half, about a little over an inch and a quarter, like an inch quarter and a couple millimeters, you know, something like that. Even a quarter of an inch is enough to paralyze you, you know. Sometimes just your legs, a paraplegic or a quadra, you know. So, yeah, it took a lot of work to get back up on my feet and walk, you know. And nobody's there helping me. Nobody's ever helped me do anything, you know. Not like that, not for a recovery of severe. Even the doctors, nobody fucking cares. So now, what? People expect me to be show mercy in my life to people that have never even considered of what mercy would look like towards me as a human being, you know. It's like, well, go fuck yourself. Who do you think you are anyway? Testing me. You want a fucking test? I'll show you tests. You got your tests coming. These tests people do to me, they're not free. There's ramifications for fucking with good people. You want to find out? That's that around and find out thing right there. I'm the around and find out. So, seriously, so I don't care who you think you are. Not when it comes to that. My integrity, I will slay you just on principle, you know? Oh, somebody else wrote, Annie became a warrior. I got to give that a thumbs up. Yes, she did. She got sick of being hurt. How about that? And then what happened? Ah, now they try and say, oh, look how bad she is. Yeah. Well, she wasn't always like that, you know? Oh, I heard people with OCD, even ADHD and uh, ADD, those type of sicknesses can be helped with a ketogenic or a carnivore diet, cutting a lot of the just baloney out of your life, you know, the sugars, fats, whatever. Not like animal fats or good seed oils. And first seed oil was bad for you, then it's good. It's like, oh, make up your mind. Because I know, like with corn oil is good for frying certain things, but that's not a seed. That's a grain. It's actually a grass. Corn is a gigantic grass. It has seeds like a grass. Those kernels are seeds. Of course, you know that probably. You know, but um, I was just thinking about tests and the way people, if they can't control me, they'll try and test me. And then after they test me, see, they're looking for a loophole of something stupid that I've done or that they think that I might still do that will make their case for trying to paint me as low. It's never going to work. Just stop it. Stop fucking testing me. Because I'm not beyond finding people and confronting you. I don't, and there's another one, I don't care who you think you are. That's my personality, and I've done it. So don't think this is escaping you. There is no escape. It's called everybody's going to face their misdeeds. That's what it's called. It's retribution for everybody that's been tormented. Every single one of you. I started this war for everybody. I could have just went on my merry little way and not gave a shit. But that's not me. After a while in my life, it wasn't just me being hurt, and then I'd see somebody else being hurt, and they weren't able to help themselves for different reasons. Then that really drove me crazy, and that really spurred me on. It's like, oh, that's when they woke up the lion in me, you know? And if there's anything worse than a lion, I'm feeling it, you know? No, it's not ever going to change. That part of me, and forgiveness for myself and not other people. Fuck all that. If I do, I do. If I don't, I don't. And I don't give a shit. Whatever happens on that day, if I don't forgive you and you're there in front of me, oops, you know, I don't know and I don't care. People push me too far. It's not free. You don't play with a good person and think that, or try to second guess or try to analyze. You cannot fucking analyze me. Stop it. You want me to pick your goddamn brains apart? I'll go in there for a stroll and sit down and you'll never be the same. That's a fact. That's what happens when people mess with me. Oh, it's worse than that. Much worse than that. That's just the beginning. That's a fact. You can ask the leader of the Dark Cabal what it's like to cross me and have me hunt you down. You think it's a joke? You think that I'm not telling you the truth? It's the truth. This is a time of reckoning, nothing else. This is justice for all that deserve it. Like Metallica's song, Justice for All. No matter what, you know, that's the scales of justice. Or like the Egyptians weighing a feather against the weight of your heart when you go in front of Mot or Tiamat. The combination of the man's mind in correlation with the woman's physical, like what is actually going on this planet. Um, the dark force doesn't really spur me on. The people that are used by the dark force is already um, on its last legs, no matter what people think. And the ones that are being used by that, those are the ones that are really going to have the worst times um, coming up here in about 14 years. This world is going to be unrecognizable to people. And if you aren't a good person, you're not going to be having a good life. You can be in your underground bunkers, and that's not going to be safe. Do you think that lava can't melt titanium? They have titanium. I've been in an underground city with a high-speed rail. I've been on one. Saw the little shops in there. They got like 40 feet doors tall, or they were 50 feet tall and 60 feet wide, 3 foot thick metal doors going into a mountain in Virginia. And we went in there and never came back. No, I'm just kidding. We went in there and had a high-speed train ride back in 1960 or 1970, the summer of 1970, I think. You might hear my cat. She was trying to get in here. I had the door shut. Now she's in the other room trying to get through different areas on the floor. So, picking at the wall. Now she's talking to me. So I just wanted to make it perfectly clear. I do not do tests. I have probably, because of all the various occupations I've had, done more tests than a lot of people could even conceive, you know. And I'm not doing tests anymore. I don't do tests. I don't like being tested, and I'm fucking testy about it. Just stop. The next person that tries to test me is going to get a verbal slaying. I'm gonna slice you fuckers up. The next stupid person that confronts me with stupid is gonna get slayed. I'm serious. I am so entirely sick of it. I've always had a sharp wit and a pretty fluid vocabulary when it comes to slaying people, but this is a little different, you know. And I've even been known to, I'll make you pop. I've made people hit me just so I could hit them back. You'd have to be a pretty strong person if you actually wanted to go there. If you had some decent questions for me, or actually were like a friend asking me questions or something, that's a bit different. I'm talking about people that try and test me to benefit themselves for some fucked up, weird reason. You know, examine yourself. Leave me the fuck alone. If you can't follow what is righteous on this planet, don't come against what is, because I'm coming after you. I'm sick of being with by these little bitches that want to make money off it. If you're not a part of that rallying cry of injustice and that remedy, you better move the fuck out of my way, because I'm not playing anymore. Think what you want, but do what you want is not included in that. I was thinking about doing a live stream. I'm not so certain I'm going to do that or not. I'm still. I had went over on that channel and written that I probably will, or if he, like, whatever days he wants to. But now I'm kind of thinking I'm not too certain. Depends on what the subject would be. Because my mood has changed just within a day. I mean, in a big way. Because I can feel dark forces coming together against me, and I'm putting it back on them. But this is groups and groups of affiliated peoples, not just one person or anything. So if I sound a little agitated, I'm spiritually at war right this second and have been under attack my entire life. But it's stronger now. It takes more of them to even affect me. But see, it's not really affecting me like they think it is. It's giving me more strength. And it's also showing them individually how flawed their system is. So, in a way, it's sort of fun, but it still pisses me off, the agitation of it. Of course, on the other hand, I don't mind adrenaline. Like some people, in order for your immune system to be healthy and remain that way, you have to be able to relieve your stress so your adrenaline isn't always up there and your healthy endorphins can work. I have other ways of dealing with that. And some of them are God given because of the pressure that other people have put on me. So they can keep trying to second guess and figure things out. And what people get is what they gave. Maybe worse, most likely. You know, it's kind of like, you ever seeing the most quiet person in the world and people just keep picking on them, picking on them. I seen this once and I was etherically telling this kid, don't let them hit you, just get up, 'cause it was always the same old, they be picking on him. One day, I was thinking that with him, 'cause I'm thinking, I'll back you up. He gets up and he cold cocks this dude, big dude, that thought he was pushing this kid around. This little skinny kid got up and just smacked him. And the other guy hit the floor on his knees, and that kid just stood there just like this, and I'm like, good for you. Good for you. The other guy looked at him, he kind of grabbed himself. He's like, whoa, yeah, whoa is right. That's what happens when people go too far. you know, yeah, it's a real thing. That's when I'll make people hit me just so I can them up, and it will hurt, you know. Reminds me of songs like Bodies and Break Things and you know, Let the Bodies Hit the Floor. Good song. Beaten Life War can't take much more, you know, some of the lyrics. Well, that's probably about enough for today. I just want to make it absolutely clear. I am sick of being tested. I'm sick of being used and not recognized and ignored in that respect, because nobody else did my work. You wouldn't believe the language, everything, history, bloodlines, banners, crests, things that I've been into, the occult, all religions, I mean, the shit that I've got in here, um, and why. And a lot of people will say, oh, like it just comes natural, or no, no, it's been my entire life of having to work hard and study when other people weren't willing to do that. So stop trying to diminish what fucking hard work is. You don't get as strong as me at my age from being a little bitch. So stop your shit, like, and the universe downloads your information. Fuck off. I've had what I know inside me forever. I studied to enhance that. Now there's other people out there that have more reminders to keep that all in remembrance, but it's always been a part of me. And there's nothing nobody can do to take away abilities that I actually have. And once again, stop fucking with me, because it is retaliation time and it's going to hurt. Just wanted you to know that if you're not on my team. So, all right. Have a good night or day wherever you're at. And if you're here and you love me, I love you. Peace. Have a good day.